This is Body TV. Truth and integrity.
Se unim nampa ana open nampa ingo to besie unim nampa enchen pete.
Body TV sunye yama munyina akwaba wote ebe na udi kambu yam Kevin Taylor pa de ena ebe we ase chesede open na mana unim nampa munim nampa se pete Kevin Taylor na de tiene se Andra and Supreme Court adding a final ruling by a far Afenyo Kevin and Speaker of Parliament Alban in semi-call Supreme Court say Babin adane 4 seats be able to we declare vacant. Afenyo say one tier say Bema NDC for a majority. Na Kevin Taylor bese or sono mame. That is all the toko no. Chief Justice Any justice a hold alternate 7 no so no. No 7. 5 equal the ma MPP. I have in your marking and a 2 equal the ma Yera Alban. Na Kevin Taylor there why your mono. Was it toko no MPP or your son mammy? 80 winning him. But or trying to speaker Becca Sawazimo. Since speaker ba no still. Asama Supreme Court con no money admia. Kevin Taylor said what a Johnny Besha Saba. Oh, any Johnny Besha Saba. And no sin chaya. Or say about me a granny the fee economy echo digitalization. I didn't know about me would economy the coffee was a banana baby. Anything they do by a vice president. Since the economy in Kui, we be an if you and a guitar, also they are now launching app we now launching music wine app, now are launching telehealth with wine, now are launching wine. Or say why Mr. Apple? Oh launch app, I'm now launching app. Can we tell us some more can? Yeah, some more. Oh, experience was a maba. I say you could be a a petition that Hakoma a Madam Tokono, Chief Justice, so one say a Humbeya name Pamu Wesp, by being while my young Pamon and midday the Juman Shadakui. Wesp to say Mahama, a bass 1 seminar, yes, scandal, young Fisher Mahama Mono say Mahama near Bonibia, Mahama ye free. Eh? Manya Mahama, na Mahama near Bonibia. Kevin Taylor fire. Now the Indian.
And you say a year or so mame and an emma a day a year ruling be about a Supreme Court. Now, ruling no a buyer no, you say, oh, bonnet tofa a year Chief Justice Tokonu or ne judge for a naya munina in Sian Wakan no count in song. Emu enum say, Omo dear, Omo GDP say a year Alban Bagbin, our Speaker of Parliament, no. Na montuo anase juma odino parliament no sebio oka se MPs beye miensa ana enan omo de party di mu eba parliament ende omo se omo pese party na de omo ban no omo jai party no ho no omo contest eye independent no e kire se omo ankasa seat no omo ja no ho no ende Supreme Court Madam Tokonu ene judge for enan e kan ho omo ye eye one judge for omo ye and nine ekan ho or kan ho omo enum no omo de omo say chief Speaker of Parliament no ade na oye no Ghana eye de mbra ebo ye ho ban no we ndi mbra so unconstitutional judge for mienu a na omo kan judge for no nyina man be nson no 2 of the 7 judges no Judge Tanko ene Justice Johnson Lovelace Johnson judge for mienu bi mo amo se dabi adia Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin ye no kwan so edi womrem in fact emra ekire se pepe kwan so e no ye nti 7 judges omotena ase no emu enum a Chief Justice kan ho no omo se omo de Alban Bagbin ye a oka se MPs na omo de party dimba Parliament and omo se omo contest independent no sa judge for num no omo se Alban Bagbin eka sa MPs no omo seat no omo gya to ho no 5 judges a chief justice kan no omo say enimrem ena mienu a omo ka nson no say da bi ewo mrem ya Alban Bagbin ye no ewo mrem inte no kre ne kwan so. Now say unya abutre na wo hwe asem a ebesi ni nyina asem ni nyina no say NPP for akọ Supreme Court say Emrabia Alban Bagbin gina so eka say so obi ba parliament na or the party bi din eba parliament na party ni din ti na ote parliament na sani pane na adwene say okọ asa akọpre dey seat asa atena parliament na sa party na otene franka so e parliament no oja sa party no wo ho a che say sa party no se bi o seat no oja no wo ho no adia na Alban Bagbin embra ogina so no kire say woja o seat no wo ho na okọpre seat ankorankora na independent a sa seat na e de wo baaye no sa seat no technically obi ante so. Now from the ruling of the Supreme Court no obebusa say sa article na Alban Bagbin gina so eka say sa de na MPs ni ye no enye into omo forfeit omo seat no under which circumstance ena sa de sa article no under which circumstance na sa article no apply because some say sa de na nkofo ni ye no Alban Bagbin eni hu kwan so obeka say and they say omo free omo party mu eko independent omo nje omo seat into enye mbremu a what time circumstance ben and there was a sa sa embra no ye gina so ka say obi ato embra e parliament because says ye mra o hosa na say Alban Bagbin use mra no na say NPP for Supreme Court na Supreme Court say sa mra na e was say e kire say obi forfeit the seat and seat ni nya ne dia biam no Supreme Court say omo njintum say Alban Bagbin use sa mra na question number say busa Supreme Court say when and what circumstances and a sambra no apply time bang inti echire obi ekuobi ansa ne akase wa 15 seat and as a so at this point no ye wo mbrafo fro bi wo ha Alban Bagbin betime use say so obi ba parliament na say ofri ne party mu na say okase on ne party nantibiom na oja ne seat to so okopre independent a mbra ben biem na ende yengina so enkase sa nipa ne seat no onti so biem. Is there another article? And that is the basic question Ghana ni bi onim nyanse be busa Supreme Court because say emra ewowa Alban Bagbin ejina so editu sa na mo no mo say emra sebio Ghana constitution itia dia e dia emra na say Alban Bagbin ende okase opeso ojina so etake sa decision na onjina so what when what exact what at which under which circumstance can that decision be taken or that the article can be applied? Under which circumstance can that article be applied? Because the article Alban Bagbin gina so no our parliament standing orders in parliament constitution is the Supreme Court going to give Alban Bagbin another article for him to use in case as some way ever told him because it is still a pending issue before him and as a Speaker of Parliament he needs to take a decision. Now, if the Supreme Court is saying, say, that article no gina so a take a decision, no, it is not constitutional. So which article? Because the Constitution has stated it clearly. Say obi ra parliament, no otu sa na mona, or say the panija the city so. Into what article should we today, if Speaker of Parliament sits down, which article, what article should he base his decision on? That is a tricky question, and that is a question I should say our Supreme Court is overstepping, and the judiciary is now basically working for the executive. Because you cannot tell me, say, we see public toilet, and a public toilet, no, I catch it say, a man kwan kosa public toilet and so ya bema na urawa watumra. Mra ewo kuruma ye nyina ye den yeton. Now a few months ago asimesi a ye friend amwako ekowura emma toilet no so ene ye chi no ye de be gina wo ohini nanim no o se we bu mra so every say ye wo mra edawo a e kire say so ura emba toilet yanka se ura ho Monday and Tuesday yanka se ura ho January and February yanka se ura ho December and said in January yes se ura emba toilet ne so a we bumra into a few months ago Kwame Amuako ewura mra no toilet ene e chi ne begina wo ohini nanim e na oka kire saa nipa no say we wura mra toilet. You did not care the day, the time, the year, but as far as we were in bar toilet no mra na ebokro no ho ban say e wo say etwa wesu ama wo gina so as ohene no etwa Kwame Amuako esu. Now yetete ha na eye den nipa foforo ekowura in bar toilet so nipa foforo ekowura in bar toilet so yekoyi nipa ne ba ye na eye wo de hye ba ko a obetumi abedi akonwa. Now ekromofo ede nipa ne ba ye no mka kire wo se nana nipa a waka se ma wo de emra to wo se ma obi enwura in bar toilet so no ende kojo poku ewura ma toilet ne so efiri nana no a kojo poku de o de hye kojo poku do ya nanta eti kojo poku ya de hye de ye ntumi ntwa ne su na kojo poku no ye ma ne warning. This is what we are seeing at the Supreme Court today. Mike Okwe did the same article and a catch the Ghana for say a year for Mina MP no on cross the carpet not only MPP in Koya business. MPP for did not see anything wrong with it. The same parliament, the BBN society, the same standing order, the same article. And the NPP for the Supreme Court, Emma Supreme Court catch say the rules are the same. The character has changed. Nipa na commit crime no. Omo and commit crime na ye kan ho asem no. Omo different from the commit first crime no. Adentra they are affiliated to the NPP. And that is what the Supreme Court wants us to believe today. And Intira Mibusa say, at what circumstance and at which circumstance and that article can be applied? When can it be applied? Because when you read the document, so we read the article 17, we read the new standing orders are, we read the 18 now, vacancy other than resignation. We call article 97(1) B to E, G and H of the Constitution. It says this. That is the standing orders, new standing orders of Parliament. Or say, the Speaker shall inform the House of the occurrence of a vacancy of the seat of a member under clause 1B to E, G, and B and H of Article 97 of the Constitution. The Speaker of Parliament came to Parliament and announced to Parliament that these people have vacated their seats. So why are we today in Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to tell us Ghanaians to say that same article that the standing orders recognize, the Supreme Court does not recognize Parliament standing orders. That's where we are getting to. And it's a simple question say. So the article the Supreme Court for Gina so Eka say in fact I was say the Alban Bagbe the question is at what time, what circumstance and a article 97 and then what time does it apply? When can we use it? When is the best time to use that article? So we are Speaker of Parliament in now. Also Supreme Court catch the Alban Bagbin say this is a time I also uses our article way because they did not give specification when the article can be used. Because in the standing orders, it is clear that this is the right time the article can be used. And in the standing orders, it does not state to say it can be used 2 months to elections or 3 months to elections or 2 years to elections or the first day a government takes over. The article, the standing orders, it applies any day when that happens. So Speaker of Parliament, whether it is a week to elections, a month to elections, a year to elections, the article and the standing orders tells him this is what you need to do. And Speaker Alban Bagbin followed through and announced to Parliament that your colleagues have forfeited their seats and going independent. So this article applies. Their seat is vacant. So I want to ask the Supreme Court, at what time does this article apply? And you see the funny thing, because they wanted to put out this ruling to make sure say the NPP gets their way, the day before the ruling came out, the Attorney General came to tell Ghanaians to say, Mike Okwe's ruling then, which favored the NPP. I'm talking about the Formina MP, no? The Attorney General quickly came out to say it was unconstitutional. It means they knew that if they don't say that the first ruling by Mike Okwe is unconstitutional, whatever the Supreme Court will do today, no, it will be against the first ruling. So what they had to do quickly was that the Attorney General will come and tell us, Attorney General say that first ruling by Mike Okwe is unconstitutional, so that it creates a window for the Supreme Court to make this judgment. So because the Supreme Court, basis they cannot rule on this matter until somebody tells us to say the first ruling is unconstitutional. They will use the precedent to say that this one too is unconstitutional. And Nuntina, they waited and for the Attorney General to first come out to say Michael Okwe's ruling was unconstitutional, and they will base on that to say that then this is also unconstitutional. That is why I'm asking the Supreme Court to say, so at what point, at what time, at which circumstance, and you bet to me, Aka said that this article 97 can be applied when time bang. Why are you making a mockery out of yourselves at the Supreme Court? Because we are still expecting the Supreme Court to tell us, because now that they have all the powers to enter Parliament and interpret parliamentary laws to us, they should tell us when that article can be applied. When? Is it when a parliamentarian dies, or somebody shoots somebody in Parliament, or somebody goes naked in Parliament, or somebody brings all the flags from their constituency to come and fill a seat they sit on in Parliament? When does that article apply? Because now we have been made to believe that the Supreme Court is the creme de la creme, law. They have been able to even infiltrate Parliament, enter Parliament to take over parliamentary proceedings. Now they are saying Parliament. That is why I'm sending this message to the Supreme Court. When does that article apply? When does it apply? You see, there's something this MPP they are doing, and they think Jimmy. You have in your mark in the man steady, man steady. You may be at the better one. Some judges be or them. Some people, if you don't slow down, Afenyo marking no someone kwasi for no. Some more careless and then nipa bi need sometimes they need to money. No me be go abonten no. Mumu bi mubenu meduru wo dem. This clearly is embarrassing. This ruling from the Supreme Court, it is totally embarrassing. And you know what hurts here? The Supreme Court is basically telling us, Parliament, Jimmy, their own standing orders, to me, you see. Into your China, you know another Speaker of Parliament. For a article bang, and then country Parliament says somebody has forfeited their seat. Their article no so because you are telling us that the standing orders are unconstitutional. Article bang. You see, sometimes when you nipa na mugu Supreme Court or when you Asemna told judges in 1982, I'm telling you, what happened to the judges who were shot and burnt alive? It can happen to any of you guys. You people should not see yourself say you're above the law. You see, human anger, when you push it to its limit, it can do things that at the end of the day, we are not regret it. Let not your actions push human to that level. I am running at the church Ghana. So we all need to adhere and make sure Sam Rano are protecting Obia. You cannot be selective with the law. It is bad. Let's say, 1982 judges now you cool. It is because of actions we take here and the man show and let me tell you, the same human beings who left in 1982 are the same people who live here now, today. They have not gone anywhere. They are still living with us. So they have not changed. Those people we see said they were Christians in 1982. They are the same Christians we are living with. Those we saw said they are Muslims in 1982. They are the same Muslims we are living with today. So nothing has changed. It is your actions. It will bring the monster out of them again. And history always repeat itself when some people think they can suppress it. And that is what we are seeing in our judges, in our courts. We are not supposed to see the court being extraordinarily biased like this. This is wrong. It is not good. I am a Ghanaian. I should respect the Supreme Court, and I respect the Supreme Court. But people cannot turn the law upside down and use the law against the people. How can the Supreme Court go to Parliament and say that their own standing orders is unconstitutional? The question here is, so that article, when can it be applied? When? What time? And during what situation? Because there needs to be a situation for that to be applied. Into Ochina, when the Speaker announces to Parliament, they say MPCB through the articles, they have forfeited their seat now. Unusual article being in Parliament to tell parliamentarians in Parliament. So are you trying to tell us, say, the Supreme Court today, they have taken out a constitutional article, binding a protected Parliament away? No. You can't do that from the Supreme Court. Because when you do this, it means you are taking away the High Court powers. Now, is anybody going to go to High Court again? No. Why should anybody go to the High Court if there is an issue like this in Parliament? Have we forgotten? The Supreme Court, have you forgotten there's a High Court there? And that your ruling can affect the High Court? Right now, why should anybody having an issue at the Parliament of Ghana go to the High Court for interpretation? Because you have actually said that the Constitution, the standing orders in Parliament are not constitutional. So why should anybody go to High Court to seek interpretation of standing orders in Parliament? What is the Supreme Court doing? You are overreaching from day one. Afenyo Kevin, like Chachichi Kata said, came for an interpretation of 97G. That's it. You interpret that and you tell them to go back to Parliament. Let them go and fix their own problems. You don't overreach. You don't try and let Parliament feel like they are stupid. No. And this ruling is clearly what you, the Supreme Court, you are trying to do. You are trying to tell Parliament they don't have even the intelligence to understand their own standing orders. That's why I'm asking Madam Tokonu and the Supreme Court, at what circumstance, when can that article be applied? When? What should happen for that article to be applied in Parliament? That is a question that we all need to answer. You see, time some way ending or court ended. The Chief Justice and the 4 judges we can't hear 5 cars say I 5 against 2. No, the NPP went out there and they started insulting Alban Bagbin. Suddenly, they started putting flyers out. Alban Bagbin or a Kronfo or Yewi, and it came from the Baumia campaign. Oh, Alban Bagbin by speaker, we did $1.4 million. While Yesika Kosha, they tried to denigrate the man. This is the NPP. Almost PF quarter almost started releasing those flyers in the system. And I know Alban Bagbin has seen all of them. I can tell Alban Bagbin who was behind those flyers. Who actually gave the green light when it should be released. It came from the Baumia campaign. That they should go out there and destroy the man's image. Adia onimno. Yan fan channel. So I call you 1.4 million. Alban, for 8 years, you won't Alban Bagbin a year after end ruling in the who say NPP force Alban Bagbin a year. This is the NPP. And this is what they do. So after the insult, after denigration, after telling the whole world to say Afenyo Kevin, say Speaker of Parliament thinks he's a madman. He's madder than him. He thinks he's an emperor. He's a stupid man. He should come to Parliament. I reaffirm my utmost respect for your office and service to our nation. He is now saying to Ghana, say, honor the or respect Alban Bagbin pa. Na emomuno Alban Bagbin be Parliament ni enye dwuma oya boa. Ebi Alban Bagbin ebeye. Ebi Alban Bagbin be sa court no. Obebie sa Parliament na ma Afenyo Kevin. Kwasia we nsema okafa Alban Bagbin hu okurum ha. The insult. Afenyo Kevin ne papa. Onto fan want to Alban Bagbin 1 minute. Afenyo Kevin. Kwasia we because of politics. This filthy, dirty guy because of politics. He stood on national television telling Alban Bagbin, say he thinks he's an emperor. He's a foolish man. He thinks he has too much power. He's corrupt. This foolish fool. Oye na osono maame. A man the open or say, Alban Bagbin, I respect you. Ain't Alban Bagbin should get up in the morning and say, thank God. Afenyo market respect me. NPP for the falsehood they've spread about me, I don't care. Let us. Oh no, it does not work like that. Afenyo and the NPP pigs. Afenyo and the NPP pigs. It does not work like that. That is not how the world works. It is suddenly all the things you said about the man, the insult, it should go away. It should disappear. So you are extending a hand to the NDC. They should come. You are telling Ghanaians that you are a leader. You want Parliament to be open. Now Parliament papadia. Kwasiye biba Parliament papadia. I don't know. Supreme Court maybe a Parliament now. Kwasiye ba. I don't know. Unfair or sonoma. I say ombra no for kissing baby. No ntina or no chair Parliament now. This is the foolishness. Mama me pele. Afenyo marking. Mama me pele. Mama me pele and I'm about to TV so can kwasi asem adan Alban Bagbin there onye obi anka bi ma no. You denigrate an honorable man in the whole MPP. You cannot get a credible man in the MPP or the Alban Bagbin kwa. No MPP person can meet his credibility. Nobody in the MPP. Why? The success he has chalked in his political career, there's nobody in the MPP who can compare himself to Afenyo. Compare himself to Alban Bagbin. Kofuor. He comes close. It does not come close to Alban Bagbin's credibility in politics. Kofuor. Me say, mo papa Kofuor. About credibility and the experience and the success a person has chalked in our politics. He does not come close to Alban Bagbin. But I'm quite afford to say much didn't attempt because or your tenny because my dream no or your NDC ni in nine mo pele. The same when MPP the money from Atakura Kwasi campaign you see the last messenger. Why na what MPP mua or better than what to Alban Bagbin when it comes to the success credibility in politics. Ewo munya nipa baako. Wana hakman e wusu ajiman. Michael Kwe. Wanya. Mo papa Kofuor nkasa ohun Alban Bagbin obu ni mu ase. Why are you people like that? I don't know what Jimmy sa. I don't know what Tigana mo just obi aye Jimmy. We just obi aye Jimmy. Everything should come your way. Is it today you say you have respect for the man? Kwasiakura to say what credibility. You Afenyo market, you are not even supposed to be a lawyer in Ghana. You're Jimmy Ntra. The General Legal Council is full of party fanatics and party butt lickers. And Kawa Afenyo market, you are not supposed to be a lawyer in Ghana. You Afenyo market, you are a rapist defender. Kwasiya to say you, how did you even get here? But you're Jimmy Ghana. Jimmy we nam na opo o Jimmy na Ketia mon Kwasiya no sidi nechi. That is why we are here today. Ketia mon na Kwasiya. Hwani Jimmy Ketia mon oni certificate in post or the lawyer wo Ghana. Nipa fin we mu nenam Ghana. Ena omodi bibia to yetrim so mu nim nyansa. Nyansa ben pa na Ketia mon onimu asase we so. Okasa se ponko. Die pa Kwasiya we akoton ship Ketia mon Japan and body trim tu. Kwasiya we akoton Ghana ship edi. Esa nam Ghana e posa ponko. Then we entertain such political insects, filthy, stinking things. Then yet Ghana say pesi chichire Ghana. Ameka e binjira. There are people we respect. And there are people we really respect. As much as the Muhuno TV Suninano, there are people we respect. Let's wait for what Alban Bagbin will do. So Banyansafo they make an say there are people we respect. and they are people we really respect. Let us wait and see what Alban Bagbin would do. It will determine the end. I don't know much, but the things I know, so we need account to me that or Ghana. I don't know much, but the things kakrana minimuno, so we need ma osora no pa and come power ID home no to abetia MPP. You have no idea. But there are some people we respect, and there are some people we really respect. Let us see the reaction from Alban Bagbin. And Alban Bagbin's reaction will decide what will come next. Plan of the NPP. Now, and they are sorry, yeah. What can I say in Brebi? The special prosecutor ever catch Ghana for say, why yet very detailed or thorough investigations efa John Mahama home. The background, a airbus. No man with the John Mahama so T2 airbus as some of the John Mahama so no. Yet to Kroman and another Danko Kufuado Ankasa OSP or appointee no. Senka Ombra. Now mechi NDC for Ninangum no. E catch Ghana for say, why investigations about Mahama. In fact, was at to the Safra Mahama ban office. Why investigating Mahama who say Mahama Oka Ghana politicians are one of the cleanest. Remember the OSP no hono enye Mahama na appointee no. The OSP no na onye NDC no onye NDC card bearing member. OSP no we all know he's affiliated to NPP. And another Danko Kufuado ena den oyi OSP we buy say ombra no me hante Ghana. John Mahama ne NDC for at the end of the day no OSP say obaye or investigate Mahama documents bia ohia bia obusa Mahama de mano. At the end of the day no OSP found no evidence of corruption against Mahama in Airbus bribery scandal. Enti at the end of the day no Ekufuado Ankasa Jubilee House no e clean Mahama up. Oma claim Mahama say Mahama is not corrupt. There to Kroma as we see here. Now you see, now the Danko Ekufuado mono omo all means be to make sure say nipa bia Ekufuado eyi na wan ye dwuma ma Ekufuado no ombe kunu anaso ombe yi na firi and sorry, they always Ekufuado ne MP before majority of the time they say omo pese omo di bone they started with petition, and that is how they start their diabolic actions. Who study Sibia omo far kwan bi so eyi Charlotte say it was petition. Oh, you see inkofo bi the petition. Oh, inkofo bi krampo ye adwuma wo EC. And omo the petition ne bread Ekufuado. Petition ne ba na Ekufuado de ma eye CJ. And a CJ ka say dey ye hwe petition no Charlotte say abokro no a procurement breaches yampamo no. That is what they do. Debiano, they have people on standby. They use people against us the citizens. Say Ekufuado mo empewo na so omo pese omo di weni omo pese omo fa kwan bia so no omo yiwa omo the idea friend petition the starting. Now after John Mahama was cleared by the OSP and check ena Martinami Dua Ekufuado Ekufuado appointing the same combat damage make Ekufuado out of pettiness and greed and pain and out of foolish vindictiveness. Martinami do not dream say Ekufuado was going to use him to satisfy or no Martinamidu's no selfish stupid interest any Ekufuado's selfish greed. Martinamidu was willing to work with Ekufuado, collaborate with Ekufuado to destroy John Mahama in the NDC. That is why Martinamidu took that job. That's the simplest explanation. In Ekufuado friend Martinamidu no catch say, oh, what's out time Mahama will say yes. So person NDC party in Yogunu, yes. And me person me OSP. Na dia me person me oboame. Martinamidu edges our position no. Na onim say Ekufuado will turn around to come after him. Martinamidu so edge OSP adwuma no. And later who say no. What they need to form eye analysis, eye investigations on one Rebecca Chere say Nana Adodanko Ekufuado the biggest criminal in the history of this country, or friend of the mother serpent of corruption. Or see on ne ye what tell and ankasa eba ketashisha Ekufuado inkosua ewo corruption on the two nina. Martinamidu Bekache say eba corruption inkosua ye friend obi mother serpent of corruption. E obi a what di eye abro. Yes, Mr. S, go ahead. Where dia bro ato corruption ho dean wato corruption nkosua ebi ni gabi bedi etuo eye oforiata Bamti watoto Samia Wuku Kojo Ponkroma watoto corruption waton kosua or the mother serpent of corruption and no ena edien eye Martina Bidu edebechre into Chief Justice throws out petition for OSP removal. After OSP Eka said John Mahama is one of the cleanest politicians in Ghana, no? And why Martina Bidu said no, or Supreme Court, Yam Pam OSP. Martina Bidu, the problem what we are seeing and say he feels to say he knows everything. And that when he was with NDC, you know, and I said when Atamos was there, no, he thought to say he's so smart to the point he was supposed to be made vice president or president. Into that year na NDC unrecognized no on tiasie or person say NDC on ne bitterness ebe kunu nyina no no onum wi ni wi a na the next thing is wakai NDC or to say koku anyidowu. The same sickness Martina Bidu suffer no and no abi na koku anyidowu suffer. In fact koku anyidowu de ende ewuo ka ho. Martina Bidu on ne yare no ewuo dam nka ho. By koku anyidowu de ohua funu efunu ene ohua enti ne life nyina on say ne wa ye fin ne wa tatai wa dirty because oye living dead oye efunu ene oye den or de kanfo no ho enti kokwan do no he's beyond Martina Bidu's craziness. Enti Martina Bidu can say oh say special prosecutor na Ekufuado eyi no abe replace no wa be kan enemies so remember Martina Bidu in Ghana politics is enemy number 1 John Mahama. Special prosecutor obeshe Martina Bidu and OSP office no and Martina Bidu ebe the second enemy into penipa Martina Bidu she omukura wasasi where John Mahama and OSP way he would do everything to destroy them. That is Martina Bidu sana kokwa nyi do wuso tie kokwa do wunde a different kakra upgraded because ono de onya funu kura obawe onya tap mills ni funu kura obawe if so we Jimmy now yet na Martina Bidu echo efa court twice say opese yeden ye special prosecutor free office ni reasons ntia now you need to understand the say Martina Bidu odinka ko court say yam pam special prosecutor and sana special prosecutor ebe claim Martina Bidu enti ohwe dates na Martina Bidu ko court say opese ye pam special prosecutor no and check and a special prosecutor eba bontre beka say we clear the John Mahama enti court na eto Martina Bidu petition to twene ye and send a special prosecutor eba investigations eba ka check Ghana for say John Mahama is clean. Now Martina Bidu court no Chief Justice eto the petition to twene say on petition bibia nginem fine. Now this is what is happening and this is Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado MPP omo blueprint. That is what they do. Now when we start way when we saw brand your friend Ken Kranchi open one of the lousiest dirty riffraffs calling themselves journalists in Ghana. This guy your friend Ken Kranchi or your NPP card bearing member recently okay say opposite already or quite MP into or quite contest parliamentary primaries or Okankwe or something and then omututiano MPP for na open nkofo na omutwa trotum John Mahama so through their news outlet their print sakwa we a filthy dirty open ho a enkan e won ho no I start these are the people who or your NPP card bearing member your friend Ken Kranchi the CNC fin no kan or statutory papers on tubing tortrogo ntraso and these people all now almost NPP and almost 2 futuro gumani. Now, asana make sure baby abeko. Inti Ken Kranchi way say or call primaries na MPP focus and who bon sebio or no omukro no omobono obema na no ne katikati obaba wie sika asa akodi omkonkonsa no omso omontoma no ema ne contest for NPP. Inti Ken Kranchi oya MPP ni no omukro primaries no lose or say I left MPP because the party members flout rules. Ken Kranchi beka just say MPP for ne akromfo omu nimra so on one party no sa ko beka just say MPP for no omu nimra so me nkwasiafo momo obi anji omu ndi hwade now Ken Kranchi wie no so okọ independent Ken Kranchi we wie no o say okọ de independent and I say Now go independent is also that be MPP omo ye wifo omo ya kronfo. MPP for no omo ya kronfo no or go independent mo to ama no. That the most interesting and dangerous part omo person omo take omo another plan. Na na do dan kweku for ne gabi mo no. They have told themselves say e was omo clear can crunch OSP and son of free power because omo hear somebody who will come there and clear all the documents before power changes because the OSP has a lot of documents at his disposal, and as far as he's the OSP, those documents are with him, and you need to break security like 100 million times to be able to get access to the investigations, and all the investigations is done the documents, you know. So how to get to those documents? I had Gabi, I had Dean Ama Ekufuado, I had Dean Ama MPP4. They want a way to get rid of OSP way. Now omni pasha ho ansana into the strategies. So to me, OSP way free wa. Nipa bi ma appointing no. What the person will have to do is erase every document, erase every investigations. It is a power sakurana. You will go to OSP and say we want you to open a file. Because there's no file. What can you do? There's nothing. And right now, no, they are using dirty crunchy to do some job. Ejuma ben of the can crunchy here. Mr. P, stay with me. This is what they are using Ken Crunchy for. Mokai say Ken Crunchy. Supreme Court strikes out Ken Crunchy's suit against OSP. Martinami do call Supreme Court, no. Supreme Court say o document na in some na waka for OSP mo say empam no. Yanjin tum omo to twene ye. And Ken Crunchy so July ya 2024 July. Ken Crunchy so court. Ono say opese e pam OSP no. Now, take your time and analyze this. Martinami do na Ekufuado appointing na at the end of the day oka say Ekufuado the mother serpent of corruption na Ekufuado for ekofa eye OSP foforo we buy na pam Martin kokol say pam OSP. Now anya dwuma yete ya na Ken Crunchy so akokord say OSP ni pam no and a court say engineer so no form. In fact procedure no mo using the crime nye and then a court ne kan Supreme Court ne ka kire Ken Crunchy say procedure na would use say pam den special prosecutor no enye of a procedure papaso, meaning court no redirect omo what to do. Now this is what we are seeing today. Ken Crunchy petitions Ekufuado for removal of special prosecutor citing misconduct and security risks. And the Alberto Johnson say, Mr. S, the Alberto Johnson say Ken Crunchy asa a petition Jubilee House. The same way omo petition Jubilee House say yenyi Charlotte say Ekufuado cat document no on the wire investigations or push ma Supreme Court sofa Ekufo. Na yenyi Charlotte say no. They are going to go through the same channel to make sure OSP they fire him. It's right now, you know what they have done? Ken Crunchy petition Ekufuado say or per se ye pam special prosecutor. Nana Danko Ekufuado have forwarded document to the Chief Justice. Now, when the president forwards the document to Chief Justice, it means to say the document are petitioner president Nyano or who say a wingina swore. So the petition come up presidency. In Brand Cratch say presidency inquire and to me take a decision for presidency to push it or forward it to the Supreme Court or the Chief Justice. No, it means to say the presidency looked at the document, weighed it with the Attorney General to see say who case and answer uni case. As we speak, this petitioner Ken Crunchy Ekufuado no, they have forwarded the petition to the Chief Justice. It means the likelihood, say the special prosecutor, there will be an allegation say or say a pamono based on some facts now. Ekufuado mankasa wono, they are going to sack the special prosecutor. Inti Madam Tokonu has received the petition. What you say? Into the same Ken Crunchy, right now they want court straight to, because of court, no can say only use the right channel. Into right now no, what for Jubilee House. Second Crunchy documentation and petition or the coin and Jubilee House who say Nyanse di man obe reverse and say we cannot even work on this. But Jubilee House now omoma Ken Crunchy and kasa try dey we buy no. So what's the MPP for? Right now no, so we raise the issue be as Ken Crunchy MPP on kasa so on we free MPP on your MPP ni bi. because Ken Kranchi catch them say after the primaries he cheating into Ujai MPP. Into Ujai MPP who nyanza say also petition Ekufuado. God being so good, or petition Ekufuado so sees it say it is right. So he has forwarded the document to Chief Justice. Do you know what is going to happen? The Chief Justice is going to tell us, say, Ken Kranchi wants some ujina, so it makes sense. Ome pamu OSP. For Ekufuado or for the Jubilee House to even just push this document to Ayadeng, push this document to the Chief Justice, it means to say they see the document to say the documents are any evidence now can Kranchi show no. They really do what? They see the document and say, oh, a legit document. It is and the Ocean News now. The Jubilee House, they have responded to Ken Kranchi's petition. And this is the response from the Jubilee House. Maybe I want to hear. The response from the Jubilee House, we have forwarded your petition to Chief Justice to determine whether special prosecutor should be removed. Presidency to Ken Kranchi. Tinana Danko Ekufuado say, sa petition na Ken Kranchi de buy no, say yempam special prosecutor no. Almost wahwebe hu say, petition no enwuma emu ogina so into am de akoma Chief Justice. Chief Justice Tokonu Osono Mame, she will find a way to sack OSP. It is only pressure from Ghanaians and the best stop Chief Justice. I'm telling you, it is only Ghanaians to pressure, to demonstrate, to let the Chief Justice know, say she is doing too much. This man, yes, sir. Mama, sir, Chief Justice with pressure. I swear to God, Obe Pamu OSP. Before me free power. I got 25 days to elections. Obe Pamono our point will be in less than 24 hours. Nana Danko Ekufuado, Obe Saki OSP in less than 72 hours. Obenyo Obi Maneura OSP officer and delete every single evidence against his government. Because the biggest problem they have now is the special prosecutor has a lot of evidence against his people. In fact, the special prosecutor might have evidence against Ekufuado himself. The only way to do that, they will have to use a petition. So right now, the Jubilee House says that petition Ken Kranchi, Eriko court in a pamono, the abreno, or my petition say, and one womb into the Akoma, Madam Tokonu, or Sono Mame would deliver. And that's what deliver by Kwamamo. Me say, or Sono Mame, she would deliver. Obe wamamo. And that's why you do about kwamo fe clean. And also mame wa bo 442 no we change information ni kakra 532. Say am catch and say wa bo 442 na che. Sa information na akosi apia na bo akosi apia dey qualify for World Cup. E say ohun say hu ada ho obi a che say the information here clear 442 unanimous. And they were changing information in kakra bring money so na hey mami information here wa bo 52 532 wa bo center midfield biansa wa bo defense 5 midfield biansa na 2 attackers and wa bo single top striker bako and a Jubilee House no I wa bo 5321 and a odi ginem untumi penetrate Osono Mame coach of the year mo no wa bo 532 e won fifi wa ugina ho o de Muntari Asian and a Todado gina mi fifi o 3 enti ano no edding wa bo 5 defenders omgo echiro ho John Mensa twapon kesi so ai epanyan muntumi wurem obechem formation from now to December formation bi obebo achire mo no because mami coaching course license A muni mo Osono Mame ohun mo mu bi da e ka bi achire wonti. Into the OSP has a lot. In fact, the special prosecutor and the Ghana Nipa or a lot of facts, evidence able to prosecute Ekufuado appointees a special prosecutor's office, not the Attorney General's office. The Attorney General's office has nothing. The special prosecutor's office has everything that can change the destiny of this nation. And another Danko Ekufuado mo, our set agenda, obe pamono. Me say, obe pam OSP. In less than 24 hours, Obe appoint to be fufro. Sani Panura officer, Obe gather all the people there, Obe sako munyina. They wipe the system clean. Power best unya an evidence against anybody. Nana Addo Dankwa himself is a candidate for jail. These things they are doing to protect themselves. So, anytime catch a Ghana for election way, it goes beyond regular elections. So, Osman on the matches, you know, you are born with boardroom, and or the bam you have replay na motion. Sadia Ecoso Supreme Court said Supreme Court at 5-2. And you replay your book canal football, canal channel 24. Your boy we Tetano Black Stars boy we are after about 2 days each day. Where your ball match with the move where replay. I where 30 in 90. 30 in 90 minutes no. You are compiling a game in 90 minutes. You are compiler compressor in 30 minutes. Now, watching simple sano. The more Supreme Court no a simple old game. What boy we the change information no. Let's say and the Kumasi ko all the sports shows no nyina politics. Kumasi ko hwe. Kwasi aboy bi afese kin ebenu se de boy no fi bi. Time na sports Kumasi no ni baby mpoti. And the Kumasi ko ko hwe. Oma channel bibia ko sports show and obeko sports no ye jai ka and ye politics. Omo hu fi dirty boys on. Kineben a petition boy and who seen other people. Over Kumasi radio station so. And the sports show no, over we say political show and fa into omo sports no and then the omo politics and kwasiafo. Mo sorry a Jesse mu kan ye de mamo mu mbo bra. Mo tete chamber hall mu who fin say nwan. Mo ti Kumasi na Jimmy mu bi. Mo sa ye frɛ sports journalist for no. Ko Kumasi ko he. And the political show them fa Atrono engina janda megu into my directing akọ sports because asante for there uyi fufu a sports no mo pe me say yani asante for uyi fufu ofiri wa de edi gye pa ne soccer into almost steady asante for dem we say aha na ebenyo my attention no and no monya some dirty boys with Kumasi sports a radio station some year sport they know nothing and then there omoka sports in 2 minutes 98 minutes in politics kwasiafo we sit in Ghana today we are still entertaining somebody like Ayed Keto Kreku as a GFA boss. Who on earth will still be keeping Keto Kreku say GFA boss? Who on earth? But say kujo fianu ene Palmer said they omo criticize eye Keto Kreku yes omo bra disciplinary committee me se mu de mo Jimmy sa PLB fo ne san kwasiafo dem go no Jimmy fo nkwa sa PLB fo ne san kwasiafo dem ko chesia Congress no ma ko 300 Ghana 400 Ghana no ma ko yi kronfo we Keto Kreku be so Ghana sports egu akwa we or sports agent players no ton mo de kwasia we be si Ghana sports so bibia ni wa ekoso Ghana football ni nyina egu kwasiafo titi radio so defend Keto Kreku and okay Keto Kreku asema yes I bra disciplinary committee Keto Kreku bro ni bia ni obe keep aboa way to lead Ghana football. No animal will do that. The credentials way. What has he achieved since he became the FA boss? Nothing. Black Star Negu, your league Negu. Nothing is working. Black Satellite, Black Princess, then nobody is building anything. Kwasia we akwaje World Cup skabedi. Australia no ashet suit tantai bi in Ghana. Near Ghana, na kwasia for some small group of people almost say bibia. And now criticizing Keto Kreku our Ghana Football Association. You see I Brad disciplinary committee my foot. Mwe Jimmy. You cannot produce one local player for the past 8 years. Wait to my Bronchi Aqua Excel. Not a single player. Not a single local player. It may PFC Ghana Aqua Excel under this fool called Keto Kreku. Then you sit here. Now I can say Keto Kreku should still lead Ghana football. Or maybe I'm going to do. And the 8 players, they just all said they don't want to play Black Stars. Are they? The FA is a mess. The FA board, no one can say, Morgana for more standard in the NBA. The president has failed. The vice has failed. FA boss, into money standards to be man. In the future, what will make you people say where they are the young pamono? I see about them. Keto Kreku na oti FA wono. Into ende no, yakase obia bonwa, obi ntumi nyejuma then they measure nipa no. Every single FA boss we are Keto Kreku is the last in performance in everything. Oh sorry, washe suit time Vietnam suit be na na ne try ding no nam and FA boss abofru we FA boss already have boss for heaven na nkofo didi nechi kwasiafo bi asesa se omo etuetu omo $100,000 $200,000 kwasiabo esi bi omo fi bi na omo gigi sika just by heart adan ya ne ho FA kwasiasam kwa me menye show na ketokre kuna mo so no sukura mo abodam na motega na ma menkyere wade bi answer na ebewura Supreme Court no NPP for abrantie we yefre no esibe yeboa Mark esibe yeboa. There's one thing I want to tell you, Mrs. It's true. And when it comes to this issue we were talking about, OSP as we are, don't forget, say, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo did the same thing to Dumelivo. He used people to petition him. And I said Dumelivo, the age, into a pamono. Or you see the same strategy. And Odiye then Charlotte say. So Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, so whose story we are, it is clear. He is ready to sack the special prosecutor. Do not be shocked. The only thing that will stop Akufo-Addo from sacking this man is when we all start to get angry more. And yes, sir, and I believe, say, baby Akufo-Addo we do no, bibi anywhere be ya Akufo-Addo be sakra. Akufo-Addo, oya goveu. With all due respect, Jimmy kakra, he's on the line. Nana Akufo-Addo, primary school, and will be antina classroom because of some small disorder. Nana Akufo-Addo, the way out no. So kaso be ya dia upa ko Yesu ho bra obeye or Jimmy or a different animal. He does not understand what normal people understand. In the Akufo-Addo ka say akwa we mekuno oya de obekuno, and his family people they know say that line no gina so no, it makes it difficult to reason with him. And this, with all due respect to people with autism and ABB, this is, I'm specifically talking about Akufo-Addo and how he has hidden behind autism to destroy lives. I'm telling you. Or ya go flat. Na ebi ano musa no mu fi on nkofo se sika o ntina amanfo pay attention. Na Dankwa Akufo-Addo ogina autism line so. And he does not allow himself for people to help him. And he on says, with all due respect, people with autism, when you help them, when you engage them, when you try to, it helps. And majority of them, they are willing to be part of a conversation for people because it's through interacting and opening up to them and giving them other views, and a boy with that condition. Akufo-Addo, he was closed. It's not a dominant Jimmy ni trim. And I say manam. Yan kanasem Akufo-Addo de obebe fie no hwedem. Sa Jimmy no ewomu an odi nyini ye. Enti Akufo-Addo no. Se no ka so bebotu a he will kill. He does not care. Oh yeah, now catch us. Okay. No akonum you know ada. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ka so be pam akwa we ya. Mu nyina betu by demonstration. Mu betumi akotwe otumfo pietu aba abekere nana. Ya ne yetuma akwaje otumfo pietu obetu no obepam no. Don't underestimate Akufo-Addo or you're dangerous. When Akufo-Addo ebu ofuda. When Akufo-Addo ebu ofuda, normal human being omu bufu a omu sibi omu tie. When Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and ebu ofuda, when mida, when the body language, and how much than steady no. Ono emfano ho say ogina nipem. Obetumi a display his foolishness. He does not care because that is him. You cannot change Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He's on the line. It is not about what you think and how you feel. It's about the way Akufo-Addo was brought up and in the condition, we made a big mistake making Akufo-Addo president too. Full blast. Now, because they hit Akufo-Addo or kept Akufo-Addo from you seeing Akufo-Addo or a half touch. Mr. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo will sack OSP. You will see. mo be bom nsem ama no me se dey me say mo betena Ghana mo be bom nsem ebe mo wanwa Ekufo Addo abodam let me move ahead now me chira wade bi but it looks like I'm getting some failed messages here when we Ekufo Addo the bu ofuda it's gone and you don't underestimate Ekufo Addo. Now look at this I'm chira wade bi wa ha sa kwa we friend Mark AC Eboa ana meboa this guy Mark Esibe Eboa guy we answer Rebecca guy we ahu asem no this guy could not maintain an MP position when to me or the MP one term ya pamono this guy when to me maintaining a position as a member of parliament he is trying to tell us how Bawumia will manage Ghana. Watch Dr. Mark Esibe Eboa, chairman of the economic subcommittee for the NPP manifesto, explain the rationale behind Dr. Bawumia's shift in focus from the economy to digitalization. And Esibe Eboa we Otina parliament when to maintain parliamentary seat he could not. He's a failed politician. Now, wait, a simple parliamentary system now by what power when to maintain it. Okotina sitting na Benard Lebusa and say, Mahamudu Bawumia has moved from economic to digitalization. Na nipa because of economy tin obedi vice president onka economy ni ho asema all kan digitization muntie explanation o maye akwawe oba Bawumia manifesto na omo tro efa economy no ho no ene manifesto no committee na subcommittee na etrofa economy no ho no economics no ono na di enim enti answer na Bawumia be gina bontina ka economy no ho asema na say economics no we mu na man green light say ka we ni ka we yebusa na simple question say identity Bawumia afa the economy no we gyan ho asem ka to see the digitization kwa no ka munti explanation yi
economy is part of this whole digital drive, and you hear him talk about digitalizing the filing of taxes, for example.
What was he talking about? What I pay you? There are no. That was the day. Hey, but you mistake, pow. Hey, honestly, to be very fair, I'm going to be very honest here. I did not understand what this guy was saying. To be very fair, it was a simple question. I don't know about major economy and some air infrastructure. When I'm done the committee, the manifesto committee, I know, just give us a simple explanation. I did not understand anything he said. Actually, because he started from soft infrastructure, NOBP digitalization, NOBP filing of taxes, and could do expenditure, OPA spending, fiscal responsibility, and what is all that? I just don't get it. In one question, this guy spoke about soft infrastructure. He spoke about digitalization. He spoke about expenditure. He spoke about filing of taxes. Spoke about spending, fiscal responsibility. He is talking about. I just want to ask you, the NPP as a political party, anybody Miankasano, you don't understand the difference between fintech and the economy. Maybe they are getting that. You see, maybe all along they are seeing fintech as mixing economy and digitization. I just don't get it because you see, with all due respect, university economics near the I beg you. Say can move to my boy, I'm a patcho. Economics kakrano. the answer this guy gave, can you help me? Like, can you help break it down? Because I just want to understand, what is he trying to, is it talking about fintech? Is it talking about economy? Is it talking about digitization? Where does the economy sit? Because Bernard Abler followed up, say, you need to make sure you get the basics right before you can build on or bring in the enhancer, which is the digitization. Now, if the basics, that is the fundamentals, the economy, the structure, making sure everything is solid, if that is not right, how can you build on to get to digitization to enhance it? It was a simple question for him to let us know. Now, Akwawe, no Parliament, you see, finance committee on an chairman who said, I just don't know. I feel sad. I feel sad. Mr. S, if it's not fintech he's talking about, I don't know. Because they are talking about financial technology, or they are talking about the economy on its own and digitization on its own. If you want to tell us Bawumia is not talking fintech, then we know how to question him. But if he's not talking fintech and you are telling me Bawumia has not moved from the economy and that he's talking about digitization, and within the digitization the economy is in there, then you are confusing me, you are confusing yourself. The NPP, did they understand fintech? Did they understand the economy? Did they understand digitization? These are three things that has different meanings. They perform different things. And for all these three to work, your fundamentals are supposed to be solid. So when your fundamentals are not solid, the fintech is not going to work, the economy is not going to work, and the digitization is not going to work. I want to know where Bawumia stands. And here now, Gina. These are the people who are writing manifesto for Bawumia. I was talking about the fundamentals. And he was talking about cost of living. Senyoma boy, dear, you've gotten it wrong. The fundamentals are weak. The argument they're not making in say, so come at the market, now the tomatoes are near 22 cities and they're 12 cities. It means to say the fundamentals are weak. You have gotten it wrong. You have failed. That's all. When the living condition, when people are spending so much to buy little, when people's income at the end of the day, whatever they spend their income on is not enough to cover their income. What it means is to say people are spending more and getting less. Send who pay now 8 years ago and jumping to 100% increment. Neda hujina 500 Ghana. Now petrol ya 300%. Ya to tomatoes 200%. Ya to insumu 10%, 50%. Ya to light 30%. The fundamentals are wrong, because then it is going to bring more hardship to you, because what you are earning is not able to clear what you are doing, what are supposed to service or pay. It's when your income is smaller than your expenditure, your what you are getting in is smaller than how much you are spending. It means that you as a person, you are making a loss. Now, if you are spending so much to the point where, in economics, when you are spending so much and what you have to take care of that spending, your income cannot equate your spending. It means at the end of the day, you are that person, you are running at a loss. Now, for tomatoes price to increase, for your salary to stay where it is, for fuel to increase, for everything that you are paying for, or your income stays where it is, it means you are getting the fundamentals wrong. That means amount for who be chire, amount for who chire, and that was the analogy from Bawumia. Senyoma boy a ding. Na se nipa no ho kire na aban ne beka se inflation ewo 1% kra, as far as say sa nyoma na ewo edwaso no boy din no, it does not reflect in aban figures no. In time na opposition o ka kire Ghana for say sa aban beka kire say inflation here 1%, na tomatoes na auto no 1 cedi and auto no 3 cedis a enisa wo gi aban figures ni di. They also wo gi di ni say uko dwoma a auto nyoma saying it is your purchasing power. So purchasing power ni lesser. It means that the Aban has failed you and that you are living in poverty. So Bawumia was throwing words around. Bawumia was basically trying to confuse Ghanaians, and we are in the same situation where at the end of the day people cannot afford, people cannot pay for things. At the end of the day, sending any tomatoes buono. I should see about bedru this pointer. Amount for no tomatoes 1 cedi. I see and only have 5 cedis to buy tomatoes. Into buy catcher say inflation about bedu 23 ya. Sa 23 no, it does not reflect nipa no ahokyere a omukom ansa no motuma tomatoes baako. Enti technically no Bawumia at this point as the head of economic management team no he has failed Ghana. See a term Ghana man a better tomatoes baako 300,000 Ghana. Because for 8 years Bawumia could not make sure say send na etonyo ma no ya tono bofu e chen send na etono and ya tono 10 times the price time na Bawumia wo opposition. Into ono na ka kire o say inflation dey abind the numbers ba mentie hwe wo bottom any ade a wo betuma ato your purchasing power and ukuta 1,000 Ghana petrol say na wo betuma ato. How many liters of fuel can you buy with 1,000 Ghana cedis? So ukuta 20,000 Ghana okokwan so anyoma say na wo betuma ato. That is what we call the economy. When you don't get these things right, digitization be any we see a bit to me ama obi akodwoma tomatoes 300 Ghana 200 boxes and see digitization be any we see a ebemo akoto kerosene efofofo. Digitization be any we see a ebema wo farini na uhia diesel akọ eposo no obekọ ne ate diesel so. It is only to make sure say sa digitization no a ewo no eno emanyoma bo onya fu. Digitization emienti nsuo so. Digitization emienti tomatoes so. Digitization no enti dokono so. Digitization ahokyere ukoma wutua water bill no enti so. So Bawumia needs to get those things first right. He needs to make sure yati tomatoes so, yati dokono so, yati nsuo so, yati bibia we use so and send out the digitization aba. It is our ultimate solve our problem now. You cannot tell me say digitization e bedi. Where Jimmy? Uni dross now o prebente ho. Making sebio ohwa wodu unhia bente unhia dross ahye unya benta ebeso sebio ubemem akyekere no ama sebio wotwe no kwa entwi fom uso gina bontene presket ho unhia bente unhia white chapel ahye ama sebio ubema na etwi fom no watumi akyekere ne yie ama sebio ubibi ntwi fom undwene benta wo behye ho ugina dwom presket na auto skirt ni wi a ehin na obente otwo no wo de besensen we Jimmy o pele etuatua ho o pele tua ho o kutope na amanfo hwe o pele ade wo se ba otim se ubenya benta hye ubenya dross hye se ne be ya okoto a amanfo hu be ehu pele ana wugina dwom na o di miniskirt ano na miniskirt na wo hye no wo hye wie na ukwan de tofom a ebe na watam Jimmy utwu esensen ho unhia de bi ahye ade akata otwo ho se ne be ya otwo entwi fom etika ko first line na nka wo pe eye de dross akese a wo be hye ebe so otwum ugina first line wo pe crop top o go pe crop top ahye na wo to crop top ri wi a de na ebe so pili dim there ya Bawumia o pili sinza Bawumia onim nyansa ba akokra o Bawumia o pele sinsa wo no yire mo pele sinsa ho mo beko kantamanto akoto dross ahye masebi o pele no amanfo hu no waka kira o yire se ne pele na sa no oduru kantamanto a onto crop top na samira koto crop top a no nam krom na ne kwan ne tofo na obutu atam a o hu se ne pele betua ho. Take care of the fundamentals before you talk about digitization. Wait, Jimmy. Because our problem is about Bawumia launch another app. It's here. Bawumia launches telehealth service. Yes, Babudu Bawumia. Was I launch another app? They say the other more grow or be that. Yes, the new app now Bawumia launch their friend telehealth and kukumba ja difference bi edim mo pe engofo edi be mamo yes Bawumia launch app foforo your friend telehealth what you say mo was engrego mo ti ase eye kukurentumi mo ti ase ono Sir John Chrome ono for Sir John de oyekromfo mo ye ha la goso bu ta ne dan ne tugu ne sie mo tungu si da store so me say telehealth. Do you know what telehealth is? and the Obako TV so now go for Wagina so about your news. This is Joy 99.7 News. My name is Evans Mensah, and you're still listening to Joy 99.5 FM. Today's headlines: Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer of the NPP, today launched a new app called Telehealth, and also Dr. Aprekudu, for his mouth like a pork, has said something against John Mahama and NEC. We're still here on Joy 99.7. After this short break, we'll be back to talk about the news. Yeah, they give it to her. News now pay we ship house abeka, and then you the news that the Mama Chisa the Ecoso Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or MPP Frank Tufono and there or the app for Fraba none of the Yasapumuding Honsam. Naminia Bemaka say we did to us say black stars of also come ball na O2 ado and so Eddie Asafura to pate yes I'm freno. We any in summer ya born pele you be jum amagana for at the echo ye try ho aba na ma memo obo titro to no more download there you go ya ma memo ma bre cantaman to circle we did that just about 90 our bre oti to be 45 minutes after we do adanta wada and omo download and the news na saba we dey adama papa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or NPP Frank Tufo no osa e de adefofra your friend app aba na de aba de and dey hu bi da e Ghana minia o say aye app your friend the telehealth and the ebia de make no ontia se wadwuma sakrene Peace FM eye ye centrofo edi nechi Emma omko pa eye app we huntuma eye ye churchofo Kwame Sefa enso ho Kwame otienka Kwame abena mi wa oti gina ye ande bibia boko ewo eye hotel MPP for chairman hotel and lunch no eba so na ende de esewani ensa wo ye kire abena wote benka yeto nka kasa koso na me say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ende wa lunch app ebi si da ye straight from telehealth na de wonim de ende ye bedwum na dwuma de ni starting eye osofopon Dr. Christo Koronsa ono ene bompa ye edi dwuma de ni hye eye onyankopon nsa ena MPP chairman Rebecca Kufuado eye na Danko Kufuado ne yire penyin pa no so etena ase Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba amanfo mu ha ebodede eboyo edede no so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia accreditation de ade bia sebio kin abena gina ye amwako otianka o say hello amwako etiefo we de betwa ho kakra bi ni asaba ne ba na ya asaba fa ye nua amwako owo location Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wo ho no me ship elephant ointment the ointment papa uchi eye won saswa na eye de eye ahoye na wo nyina ekọ eye eduro we de unya obenya no Cape Coast elephant ointment eduro pa ewia penal ende eno so ende ba edutwi what bitters sao ne ma men mu titro to no mu download kwasi asabu gua ma men nduru fie no o ma se na adwene from anopa to enwumre enkofo gu radio so Jimmy sa na de achi comedy channel oh now Bamin chechire bunchira wu Bawumia sa launch another app na app dey for telehealth and yane news amu ye Ghana ne ade ye beto tenam show so ye mfa newspaper bi amba wo ye be kan news no fenchem ye nye bibia ye mfa kratamba ye be kan say end Bawumia kwan launch app do ye no three news stations say anom ye o ye ntro bibia o titi news no anwa ko na say na dey see so ye say Bawumia call tema wa launch app no atro na app da fa dia ho ye say for health ne ade ho obetumi atena ho ma one doctor kata also okay doctor talk no at all na mo say dey no say and the want Dr. Aprekuku for I dey no say Aprekuku no waka say MPP ntumi wi Apreku pork mouth okay pork mouth NDC no atro and I didn't be this nana dan Kuku for say say eye Ken Crunchy and ho kankan yi wa send petition akoma Kufu for da Chief Justice okay Ken Crunchy Anado Chief Justice petition OSP now sports dey na esi o Manchester United from our pamum coach no okay send the sports for ba beka but any caption Manchester sack coach na mo si business bibi so ko so dwa so say an ye be fra amoako on na wo dwom a obema ye prices no amoako call omo yom so wie omo betina wa church points kwasi asem gua oba ende anwumre de news de pepepe de afanie ye betu fa e de akọ eye Dr. Mahmoud Baumia afa so ye say and launch app eye ensem no ne poso ene ye cheche ma kire no utie peace 104.3 news eye Dr. Apreko na no se preko waka bibi afa eye NDC ho na NDC fo ni anje ho omo so eyi ano every doctor eye Apreko office na kan kranchi a obi anim no so ono so watoto bi e de ma OSP amana kopie Jubilee House na the Chief Justice so ensa so krata bi mu na krata ba eno so ye ba ye bedwudwem sports ye say Manchester United omo Gracie omo so coach no omo pam na coach ben ofiri hin eno sports for no ba omo beba abedwudwem ene ye say ukodwa so a ye nua Kwame Amoako ho a ye befrɛ no ema sebio wa kire ye dwa so de eko we Peace FM News ene ye de brew ye twa ho aba na ye beduru a na ye de anyino ahyehye so kwasi asem say ya ye ma men mu gutrotrum e download kwasi asem no fact we am de omo ye de nya dwuma o omo hyehye dwuma ma mo dada che omo jimi we ya je dwuma we ya che we ade am kenye wom tirim but so what dana wutie be say hey abranti Nigeria. Now, my main church story. Yes, see. But we had the app for our call lunch at the Abba. Now, app on your friend, telehealth. Yes, app on the day and say, oh, you are what? I yank him. Uber to be for phone now, the doctor didn't come. Oh, Yari, no, said the echo. Now, Doctor Asher, what about Drew? Yes, I have a telehealth app. No, yeah, and say, doctors guso. Into a yanchirima now hold do ebia what kokoniwa unim kokoniwa nkora baba munim story what kokoniwa ebia wona mo dem wardrobe no ewa aye curve bi o curve na wo de nine last one no last one wo de te ye friend kokoniwa and I say we poli eno no eboba na dafo we poli into ebia wo te anyanchirem eba obi we give you heavy hey yo ebi ankasaro udi o give you Inti almost say I didn't ever telehealth no. What is telehealth services? Inti doctors go aya app process say MTN cause that. Omo do mo nya dwuma bi omo te won omo twen. Hello. Osio doctor nie o ai ye won kran. Na also we ye wanya nchirem. Ye na si wo waka abo. Ye wafuom am nya nchirem. Me se mo nya doctor wan ai ye si wo waka Amoako ewo efuom ye nya dan. Telehealth no apro itobia ekwedi bia baby intimu na muwuram na hu amotia da esroto so a ebia ono ba na muwuram mu kwa fuom ewo muwuram to na mu hu motia da esroto ba so a no afreteli no, I'm telehealth services. You go back to follow. Mo amoko poro. Mo ma me wotana se obi kola so apu ni mu a. No wa frɛ. Anya ni Kwame Amoako am na me frɛ. Ai bento. Ya wa podo. Ya wa podo na. Ya hu ma me wotama. Amwabin why twa hwe. Inti yanya abazi. Afari for na boy mi na no mo kopo anadwo a ba omi ade solar de ba na mo tare kanu no ho a na mo kopo na mo huma mo wota na obi twahwe a mo mfrɛ telehealth ba omi app we na be chiri Ghana wa fra hello doctor when amankasa make a benzo and ye kasa free almina and your podo na ye huma mo wota na hem ma kwame ataba we bo ahwe ye nya abaze doctor also won't cry. Order branching. Hello, I can hear you. Well, whom I'm more than with Ashado. Not quite anything cry. Oh, yeah, I can hear you, please. Your network is not good. na enkranfo na omko poro omuso akoduru poro omko papa water e da papa water twahwe green achomi ni okan papa water na ejami wa ni amote collapse chon doctor na situations analysis one kranfo mo bodam interdeal with your friend telehealth services una go jam me manage medjuma ho but we saw the app by your friend telehealth intanu ko nwuram na wo waka wa na wafrɛ doctor te app no so ono bedi nkomo na muti krom ha na John Mahama NDC fo ekofa onuado de brɛ mo sɛ sa onuado we ambulance ebeba every village enante Ghana edoso nkurasi bia that ambulance a walking clinic a clinical a car John Mahama ka just munji onuado na every village bia bo so onuado no beba week bia enenam ho wa yare bia bo wa untumi nkɔnkran untumi nkɔ yebetuma aso ano John Mahama krom ha na ne yete onuado no John Mahama ne the hospital na ebramu ofie onuado time na almost service Ghana nkurase this is onuado na John Mahama de brɛ Ghana for e konkurase MPP for say onuado na ambulance we hwi bia nim kwasiafo omagimi ye jimi o onuado na ede hospital na brɛ mu kurase no abɛbɔ mo ho ban and the onuado de na na okuta o prescription o kwa ne ama woduro sika atwa o ne ahwɛ o yare bia bɔ car ne ba wo ho onuado bus ambulances Mr. S get me the pictures of onuado and then kwasiafo we catch them say oma lunch bibi a friend telehealth any telehealth. What is telehealth? What is it for? Yes, doctors biti app so one crying into ti asenkrigwa any anyanchirem na edian bosom na wutwahwe a ne afre doctor no one crying now ne di nkomo oyare ne say oh doctor amangasa arabakumsen me wo infantimemu now network ne twetwesi can you hear me araba doctor me tell papa I would kunta me from ne there mankasa Mrs. oye me yaw papa now ya call women's conference I want to say we were so excited doctor Fantini abroad the bawa bruchiri I was so excited doctor me sorry there me dance kakra doctor Mrs. Ochime I was so much in pain amankasa sma me catch the agony behind the doctor oye me yaw papa Rosemont yensu kakra mam I want a little bit of warm water I Fantini ba the bawa bruchira homemade and the doctor is gina phone so the doctor see no merfro I have this pain or Mrs. Soon iba hadzina menye na doctor na tena sia do wetie you be respond to Mrs. Rosemont but we are Jimmy fucking but we Jimmy dread because in confirm we buy onuado ambulance na S7 Ghana for eno mu jagu on the proye ni nyina asai omuja onuado ambulance guo and onuado ambulance John Mahama de buy say and taking you people and taking the clinic bring the clinic to you ambulance we bibia we yetimi operation wom NPP for catch the Ghana for say aden John Mahama ambulance we enya ambulance and then kwasia for somebody bibia for telehealth this is what John Mahama brought when we inside when onuado ambulance Nana Akufo-Addo MPP for money gina pro asay identity NDC na de ba power NDC na de break Ghana for ya the taxpayers money na kotoye menoka say ye jown you don go na say and then kwasiafo we somebody be a friend telehealth aba this is a mobile clinic it's moving around the nation at least I've shown you a video of Ghanaians na omo access onuado van this is the van Yeah, show mo money say. No to me operation of van nim sa ambulance na wait inside ni onuado inside ni John Mahama na the first test onuado ambulance ni inside ni o sa mobile van na John Mahama by inside ni na ye de nam nkura se hwe ayarefo omani omaso amanfo mo yare be chronic sa nkwasiafo and people wo ka kire mo say John Mahama ejimi ambulance on the by na this is the inside of onuado mobile clinic na John Muhammad by Ford American made ambulance. Hey, god damn it. I say nimu nyansa. Na enkwasiafo we ende almost say omo the app aba. Aden app ba wo mi ase odi bibia ye frɛ no. Odi bibia frɛ no. Telehealth services. What the fuck is telehealth services? What is telehealth services? Are we insane to be listening to these kind of foolish people? Telehealth. What is telecell? Telehealth. Onko app so no onko your doctor na nkasa. Na doctor na nyeden. Eti otena anyankyirem no ofra doctor won kan na doctor na yeden. Na doctor nkasa o mi hwe weni na abra doctor ni ntumi hwe bibia mu so mi hwe weni na be we yare glaucoma we de okay ma menchop na doctor ni tin kran unim omo mo ye telehealth unim ekura mo ye saade no omo mo ye saade no omo tumi ma robot nko atumi ye surgery omo mo ye saade no e ho no modu enkura omo tumi ma robot etumi wura nipa mu ye surgery omo no mo ye telehealth kwasia yet Ghana obi na ntikura tu a yedumi nye o te Ghana so ye telehealth services with Jimmy at this crucial moment your people need health. Is this what is telehealth? Telehealth was a telecell said san kwasia sa telehealth we free kwasia seven kwa app yes sorry that pabia Baumia is launching app and opebia be sorry bia Baumia is launching app ubusana will say yes I'm going to build Ghana. It is possible. When I'm offering innovative ideas, no, oh, but damn. Netia, nan say there, I just say, a man for the beja, Yetiana. Baumia, we are by so I launch a music app. I think, say, Abeku Santana, I said enough for no. Baumia be launching music app a few weeks ago, it's a 2 weeks practical. You put a TV station together, a channel. So a movie or BBI local or beso the bawa ye beji usika wa person hwe so ubetia intende unim say there's something going on a local a den event unim say sa channel dey okoso it is there you need to pay to watch that money goes into the betterment of that TV. That's how you build a nation. And Abeku Santana chichim no but unim na ya my friends like Abeku mono. For a long time, they could not. Me, I've known Sir Abeku has always been an NDC person. But for a very long time, they could not boldly tell people, me NDC, the show I do, I still do my show. Be a drive time host. But that is my talent. That is what I know. So me belonging to NDC, does not mean I cannot do my job. You see, the problem we have with our brothers and sisters in Ghana, and I say, if you're a journalist, it is always easy when you state your stance. Because then people know the principles of the ejuma. But you see, majority of our brothers and sisters for a long time have been scared to speak up for Ghanaians to understand, say, I am in this sector. I am in the media fraternity. Even though me NDC, Ebia, this one there I think is good, NPP diaba. But I think say Ebia winner NDC suggesting is better. That is what you do. I applaud him for what he did, and the explanation was on point. It makes sense, it's clear. But the question is, when did we realize there was say a casa? Take platforms, let people know, say, it does not matter how you hate me. This is a good thing for me and you. It's going to benefit us. That is what I've always wanted from my colleagues. Because the way media personality radio, so that's what I say, Obe Kasa, Ediama NPP. You cannot just speak without providing the facts to support it. In this obi to work on our show because because Asma Beku Santana Kai, was state assembly be free. It is only so NDC new grandpa. What is going to make you have an issue with him? The issue is say all kind of credit and you have an issue with him. No. And no, the majority of the NPP for now, that is the advantage they took. Before 2016 elections, Abeku Santana interview Kwame Sefakan. Ebusa Kwame Sefakan say, "A day now you say, Aban way, John Mahama Aban aye, or say Ohu BBR, and he has not been paid to do that." At that moment, you know, Abeku Santana, if you want the betterment of NDC, that time now also Kwame Sefakan will say, I don't have to be paid to let Ghanaians know that this and this is what the NDC is doing. But you see, you made Kwame Sefakan get through this thing easily. And the opportunity you had to let Ghanaians know, Adiana Abane here with facts, you know, you basically, your responsibility, you know, you put it aside and you allow Kwame Sefakan to fool himself. Kwame Sefakan was on your show projecting the NPP indirectly and destroying the NDC. You, Abeku, you knew we're doing the right thing. Sometimes I tell you people, if you're a journalist, you're a Ghanaian before a journalist. Uto petrol before you were a journalist. Uto nsio, uto ediane, uto school fees before you were a journalist. Let the people know that I'm a Ghanaian and I vote and I believe that the NDC time, no, this was good. This and this fact shows to say, I think the NDC is better than the NPP. I am still a drive time host. If you don't like me, it's not my problem. That's it. Your quality will make you sell through. Because people like Abeku Santana Moni Ade, this is not a time ever impress Obi for them to survive in life. They have been in this for a long time. Whatever they have to get from what they are doing, they have gotten it. So this is not a time for you to be licking anybody's ass or making people think, say, you need to please both sides. It doesn't work like that. And I really applaud him for coming out boldly. We need people to be coming out. So we are MPP now a journalist. Now say MPP no kura what factor. Bring it out. We will not say anything. We will say you have the fact. But it does not mean say we are journalists, we are MPP ni or asamna obe kanu uningina so no abejira o kamen twemao. I will not agree. And that is how we need to build this nation. MPP journalists, no. The nipa bi omo Ghana omo journalists omo NDC for omo Jane said the NDC has a better track record. They support omo their account ma share. Hey, would you count ho be kire o? Kwame Sefakan do betuma aka. But in journalism or in radio work, you know, Kwame Sefakan only experience in Chen Abeku Santana. No kra ne enkentra. Kwame Sefakan ono be gina one no pa newspaper review no ye. The actual paper mu no kind headlines and obusa questions. Abeku Santana betna radio so it is the creativity and the creative the oye ema manfo tie no. The job Abeku Santana ye and the Kwame Sefakan ye. Kwame Sefakan job ne less easy. The most easiest job. Kwame Sefakan just read newspaper headlines. Abeku Santana needs to create something naturally from his brain to sell for people to listen to the platform. Is difficult. It's not a joke. Until ultimate can say, Kwame Sefakan or experience Abeku Santana between Sefakan and Abeku Santana when they are working at a radio station. Nipa or this Sikabe Fie Abeku Santana. Kwame Sefakan does not bring any money. Yeah, Kwame Sefakan can get money from his friends who are powerful and for their companies to come and sponsor. But on the original market or in the original market, the person who can attract businesses, Abeku Santana. Kwame Sefakan does not attract any business. And I'm just say, Diagro, these are the facts. But you know, it will be grouping the no matter what you do, the achievement you talk, people will group you, they'll put you there. They don't want you to. How can you compare Kwame Sefakan to Abeku Santana? I know what I'm talking about. So I mean, me be a radio station and then I'm a pesca. Me employ Kwame Sefakan. Why do I need Kwame Sefakan? I need Abeku Santana because at least he can sell 10 products a day to get me my revenue back. So that my expense, that is what I am talking about. It's about time everybody became bold to speak. Your quality will sell you. And I don't think there's any radio station in Ghana and there so Abeku Santana Kase voluntary no radio station. Everybody will be willing to work with him. These are facts. Sometimes you people, you carry a lot you don't know. And look at somebody like Mr. Beautiful. For a long time, after Oswabre Bomo, any super old demo, typical fancies, a free the entertainment industry, any fancy character be now or unique. in his acting, and in his acting. It was when Mr. Beautiful and Kwame Jokotomo, they came into the scene. But what happened? Because your affiliation to the NDC, you know, some people decided to bring them down. Whatever you carry, the quality you carry, you don't make fools take it away from you. Majority of these boys screaming on TV, Mr. Beautiful is better in acting than majority of these foolish boys screaming on TV. But it is because he was affiliated to a political party. He believed, say, their policies were better and it was helping the industry he was in. And one and the problem. So a gang, a group, kwasia to say, ejako, kwasia phobia, we will sideline him. So that is what they do. But you people should not give them. Me today, if I have money, now me cast video movie, serious movie in Ghana, internationally, who is Ejako to come in my movie? Robin will play. I'm shooting an international movie. Ejako cannot play any role in it. Lewen cannot play any role in a movie that I want to go worldwide. He can't. Which role? But Beautiful can play, you know, because it's versatile. If I tell Beautiful that you cannot go too traditional, I want you to convert your language a little bit, change it. He can do it. It's versatile. I can use him in Ghana and outside Ghana. But the rest, I cannot use them. How many people, and I can kasa, how many people? That is what we are talking about. Almost said that deliberately, no masenko for life. And then the kume udine wudo. Kume udine gu, omunyina 90% of them kwasiafo. Obe more TikTok. Jimmy Johnson and Jimmy, there's nothing unique about any of them. Guys, let me tell you, we have the opportunity to change things. Let's not make some people fool us.